Have you ever felt like you're just completely caught up in the nonstop chatter in your own head? Today, we're diving into a really powerful teaching about how to take a step back and just watch that stream of thoughts without getting totally swept away by it. It's a simple idea, but trust me, it has some pretty profound implications. So let's get into it. This right here, this one simple sentence is the key to a massive transformation. The idea that you are not your thoughts, but the one who observes them, well, that's the central mystery we're going to unpack today. It's all about shifting from being a prisoner of your mind to becoming its master. Okay, so how do we even begin to feel this separation for ourselves? The teaching kicks off with this beautiful and really powerful metaphor. It asks us to see our own mind as a force of nature. Just imagine this for a second. You're sitting peacefully on a riverbank. You're watching the water rush by. Sometimes it's wild and turbulent. Other times it's calm. You don't try to stop the river, right? You don't try to change its course. You just watch. This is the first step. Treat your thoughts with that exact same detached curiosity. Just let them flow. No judgment. Or here's another way to think about it. Picture yourself lying in a field, just watching the clouds drift across this huge open sky. You don't reach up and try to grab them, and you don't try to push them away. You just observe their shapes, their movement. Every thought is just like a cloud. It appears, it hangs around for a bit, and then it passes on. And this is where we bring those metaphors from the outside in. The real practice is to apply that same passive, non-interfering observation to the inner sky of your own consciousness. Don't fight your thoughts, don't force them out. Just watch them come and go. Now, to really see how this practice works, especially under pressure, let's look at this amazing story about one of Buddha's monks. It's a tale that starts with a bunch of strange coincidences and ends with a realization that changes everything. So, on his first day, this young monk is sent to a particular house. On the way there, he starts thinking about a specific food he really loves, and you won't believe it, the woman of the house serves him that exact dish. Then, he silently wishes he could just rest for a bit, and she immediately offers him a place to lie down. As he's lying there thinking about how he doesn't even have a bed of his own, she says his thought out loud. The coincidences are starting to get seriously unnerving. He finally just asks her, completely panicked, "Can you hear my thoughts?" And she calmly replies that yes, because her own mind has become totally silent through meditation, she can perceive the thoughts of others. And that is the moment his unease turns into pure terror. He literally flees back to the Buddha and confesses everything. He's not just scared, he's deeply ashamed. He admits that when he saw how beautiful the woman was, he had some, let's say, impure thoughts, and now he's certain she heard those too. He begs never to be sent back there. But Buddha insists he must go back, explaining that this is a crucial part of his spiritual training. And this is where it gets really interesting. The monk's fear, the very thing he's running from, becomes the catalyst for his enlightenment. Because he's forced to return, he can no longer afford to be lost in his own unconscious thoughts. He has to become aware. This is the moment he discovers the state of the witness, or sakshi. You know, it's a state of pure, detached observation. You are no longer the actor, totally lost in the drama of your life. You become the audience, just watching it all unfold. So, on his second visit, the monk experiences this profound inner split for himself. As he's walking, one part of him is the doer, putting one foot in front of the other. But another, deeper part of him is just watching the walking. As he eats the food she gives him, his true self has become the witness, simply observing the act of eating. He returns to the Buddha, but this time he's not afraid. He's literally dancing with joy. He finally understood the fundamental teaching: your true identity is the silent watcher, the consciousness behind all the action. The doer, the body, the mind, the thoughts, that's all just a mechanism. And this realization, this is the source of true freedom. This whole experience builds into a much wider philosophical principle. See, this story isn't just about one monk. It's about a fundamental shift in how we relate to reality itself. So the teaching makes a distinction between two states. First, you have the thinker. This person is trapped in a constant loop of analyzing, judging, and worrying, a state that's described as being spiritually sick. But then you have the seer. The seer doesn't need to think about reality because they see it directly.
They experience what's called darshan, a direct, unfiltered perception of the truth.
And this is why the great enlightened beings throughout history, people like Buddha and Mahavir, they aren't called great thinkers. They're called seers. They didn't figure the world out with logic. They saw it for what it truly is, all through a quiet, observant mind.
So, what does this journey from a thinker to a seer actually look like for us? Well, the teaching lays out a really clear 3-stage path that takes us from a mind full of chaos to one of real clarity.
Most people live in the first state, the ordinary mind. It's just a single, chaotic stream of thought that we are completely identified with. Then there's the seeker, the one who's on the path. They start to develop 2 parallel streams. The stream of thought is still there, but now there's this new stream of quiet observation watching it. And finally, the enlightened person arrives at a state where that stream of thought has dissolved completely, leaving only the pure, silent stream of observation. And that brings us to the final and most important question for you to take away from all this. As you go about your day, just start to notice. Is there only that chaotic river of thought flowing inside you? Or can you begin to cultivate that second stream, the silent, peaceful witness sitting on the riverbank?
And for more guidance on leading a spiritually balanced, joyful life, check out the book Dog to God, The 2 Eternal Spiritual Laws. The Amazon link is in the description. Dog to God serves as a prerequisite for anyone seeking to live a life filled with abundance and boundless happiness. Your journey to becoming a yogic engineer begins here and now. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit the like button, subscribe for more spiritual insights, and share in the comments.